Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing a tier list of my favourite Call of Duty games ranked. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, we'll just break down the tiers really quick. We've got amazing, good, average, bad, awful, wipe it out of existence, and never played it. I originally didn't have a never played it on here, but then I realised that there is one game on this list that I actually haven't played. So, we'll start off with the original. Can I give it bad? I don't think I can. I'll put it in average. It's not aged very well, but without that we wouldn't have the whole series, so it's got to at least go into average. I'm not sure whether to do it in order. I'll just do it in the order that the game's given me, I think. Next up, we have Call of Duty Online, which I obviously haven't played. I couldn't be bothered getting a VPN to play it, because, to be honest, it doesn't look that good. The only thing that really interested me about it was the zombies mode, and in fairness, that did look quite cool. Just not for me. Next up, we have Call of Duty Ghosts. It's dependent. I think it's a bad game. Now you'll probably be going, Sam, what are you on about? It should be wiped out of his existence. Yeah, it's not the best, but Extinction was really, really good, in my opinion at least. The multiplayer, yes, wasn't that great, but it was playable compared to some of the more recent games. And yeah, the campaign wasn't great, but no, I can't even say anything good about the campaign, to be fair. The campaign just wasn't good, I will give you that. The campaign was not good at all. Speaking of campaigns that weren't good at all, we seem to have two back-to-back for some reason. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now, I'm not sure where to put this. I think I'll put it in bad. I think. I'm just having a look at the other games and I'm trying to think whether this drops. No. I think it's awful. I think it's awful. Now, the campaign wasn't that good. The only things I remember was Troy Baker was in it and the cutscenes looked really good. The first mission in Korea and Kevin Spacey dying. That's all I can remember from the campaign. It wasn't that memorable. The multiplayer, I remember it being okay, but that's only because I played it with friends. It was the first game to introduce the jetpacks, so screw you. And then it was Spec Ops, but not very good Spec Ops, so as far as COD goes, not very good at all. Now, we finally got a pretty good one, guys. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I'm putting it into good, but for one reason. The campaign, trash. Honestly, if it was based on campaign, it would genuinely be down here in my opinion. But, in my opinion, I think it's good. I think it's a good game. Purely because of zombies. The multiplayer was awful. I hated the jetpacking and all of that, but in zombies it was pretty much the complete zombies experience. It was good before Zombies Chronicles, but Zombies Chronicles really did revolutionise the game, and it was what brought me back to playing it. I played Shadows of Evil, didn't really like it that much. I know a lot of people like Shadows of Evil, but it wasn't quite for me. So that did put me off playing until Zombies Chronicles came out and they remade all those maps. Thank you. Honestly, some of my best COD experiences came playing Black Ops 3. It was the first time I properly got into zombies, first time I started doing the Easter eggs. For me, if it was just on zombies alone, it would be up in the amazing category, but the campaign and multiplayer was so bad that I can't do it. I can't. Next up, we have a game that I'm going to be a bit harsh to, because there are some aspects of it that I I really like, and it's Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, I know what you might be thinking. What do you mean you like something in this game? Zombies in Spaceland was bad. I didn't like it. Apart from the first map was quite cool and there were a lot of fun things to do, but apart from Zombies in Spaceland, the zombies mode was pretty bad. The multiplayer was also shocking. I will give you that. The multiplayer was dreadful. But, and now there's a big but, I thought the campaign was one of the better ones over the past couple of years. Not necessarily because of the villains or anything like that. I can't even remember the name of the bad guy, and he'll never compare to the likes of, say, Makarov or Kravchenko and Steiner and those lot. But the fact that it was semi-open, you could go and do side missions, you could play various different types of gameplay instead of just running and shooting, you could go around in your jet. If it wasn't Call of Duty and it was like a Titanfall or a brand new IP, I think people would have really liked it. But it's COD. Everyone remembers the week when the Battlefield 1 trailer came out, was really liked, and then the COD 1 came out and it was hated. I do feel sorry to an extent to Infinity Ward, but without this game bombing so bad, we wouldn't have had one of the better releases in the series. Now next up we have Modern Warfare Remastered. It was pretty average. It wasn't really for me. I didn't really like it that much personally. Now, shoot me if you want. I thought it was well made, graphically really good. The campaign was as good as I remembered it. Really fun to play through. Really fun to platinum. But, and this is a big but, they ruined the multiplayer. If you're remastering a game, why are you still selling me a DLC for £15? It's more, the DLC's more than it was originally when the game came out 12, 13 years ago. But, having said all of that, it was a faithful remaster. The multiplayer was very disappointing. The fact they added all these loot boxes, I really wanted to play it. I wanted to reach Master Prestige. I bought it a couple of months after it had released as a standalone. The fact that they bundled it with Infinite Warfare, in my opinion, did slightly kill it, because I asked for it for Christmas, didn't get the Ultimate Legacy Edition or whatever it was called, so I didn't get Modern Warfare Remastered. So I fell behind, and then I went in the game and all these loot boxes and scraps and whatever had been added, and I felt so far behind to begin with that I just couldn't be bothered. So they did kind of ruin it for themselves there. When they went through the loot box thing, they did it in Black Ops 3 as well. I did forget to mention that. That was another reason why the multiplayer was so bad. The loot boxes and the weapon rarities. They did it in Advanced Warfare, and it was shocking in Advanced Warfare. I remember Advanced Warfare being so egregious for it. There was a gun, and I can't remember what it was called now, but if you got the epic version of that, you dealt like, not double, but like double the amount of damage. It just wasn't for me. Next up, Cod World War Two. An average game. It was good. I played it, got to Prestige, completed the campaign, played the zombies. It was all just pretty paint by numbers. There was nothing truly stellar about it. I liked the war game mode, but they didn't really put much of an emphasis on it, and it died because of that. I'm glad you brought back Shipment. It was pretty lackluster though. The campaign was pretty good, one of your better ones. There were rumours that the Call of Duty this year is going to be World War Two 2. So if we get a sequel to World War Two, I would be a bit disappointed, especially if it's led by Sledgehammer, as I feel that all the Sledgehammer games, as you're going to notice, are going to be on the lower side of this list. But You never know. It could be really good. It could be good. I doubt it, but it could. The one big worry that I have if we have a World War Two 2 is it's going to be the exact same game because of coronavirus. Time and resources are limited, so it would make sense as to why they're doing World War Two 2. World War Two 2, everyone's going to be running around in tutus. It would make sense as it would give them more time to develop new modes and a campaign, but it's not what I'm after personally. Now next up we have a COD that is so average that it actually is bad. I wouldn't say it's as bad as COD Ghosts. Sorry, just let me reorganise these. I wouldn't say it's as bad as COD Ghosts, but it was just so average. There was nothing good about it. The campaign was bad. The zombies was bad. To be fair, it was actually just quite bad. But Blackout was really good. I personally preferred Blackout to Warzone. And I know that sounds stupid, but I just found there was more stuff to do without having to pay in Blackout. Oh, sorry, just got a phone notification. There were more things to do in Blackout compared to Warzone until they started adding the weekly intel objectives and stuff, but you still didn't gain anything apart from XP. Whereas in Blackout you could earn the costumes and unlock them, and I feel like that's in part to the battle pass. There was just too much content in that and not enough actually to earn in the game. Now next up we have a game that's actually quite good, but because of the microtransactions is so bad, Call of Duty Mobile, just get rid of it. That's all I have to say on that. Now, the one we've all been waiting for, the first one to go into the amazing category. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I think I'm going to do an in-depth analysis on this sometime soon because this game, in my opinion, has completely revitalised the Call of Duty series and franchise as a whole. I don't know how they did it. Lots of people have been asking for Modern Warfare for years, expecting Modern Warfare 4 maybe, but they gave us a reboot. Everyone was annoyed at first about the new voice actor, but I forgot his name. The new actor of Captain Price, well done to you, I tip my hat to you. You were great, the story was amazing, the multiplayer was amazing. The only bad part about the game, in my opinion, was Spec Ops. It was a bit underwhelming. It wasn't bad, it was just underwhelming. It had no content. And even as a PlayStation player, why did you have to lock survival to PlayStation only? I understand that you had to have PlayStation exclusive content, because PlayStation swapped from Xbox at about, was it Black Ops 3? Or Infinite Warfare, at some point they swapped from Xbox to PlayStation for exclusivity, and I respect the fact you didn't lock certain maps to PlayStation because that would have been even more scummy, but the fact you locked a whole mode, I understand it was a mode no one really played anyway. Couldn't you have just done some gun skins or something exclusive to PlayStation like you did? You did exclusive missions to PlayStation. That's just my opinion, but you know, what do I know? I know everything, that's why I'm doing this video. My opinion is correct, yours is wrong. Call of Duty 2, bad. Call of Duty 3, bad. They've aged really poorly. Fun games, but yeah, haven't aged well. COD 4 Modern Warfare. Where does it go, guys? Does it go amazing or good? Amazing, surely. Both of the Modern Warfares are in amazing. The first Modern Warfare, it kicked it all off. The campaign to this day is iconic. All gillied up. Mwah. What was the other one called? I forgot the one. Shock and Awe. Mwah. And what was the other one? SSGD. Mwah. And what was the other one? it shows how long it's been since I played Mile High Club. Mwah. The only easy day was yesterday. Right, though I think that was Modern Warfare 2. Anyway, all the missions are iconic. Just, yes, I prefer the multiplayer in this to Modern Warfare Remastered. So, I think that shows how annoyed I was with Modern Warfare Remastered. Truly a great game. The fact that it only had a campaign and multiplayer and it gets that high up on the list for me shows just how great it truly was. Even to this day, when I think of Call of Duty campaigns, that's right up there for me, though it is second to just one, and we'll find out what that is in a bit, so keep watching to find out what I think the best Call of Duty campaign is. But before we do that, next up, Call of Duty World at War. Good. I think good is a bit too high up on terms of tiers. I should have probably gone amazing, great, good, average, bad, or something like that. Good sort of does Black Ops 3 and World at War a disservice. They are great games in my opinion, so let's change them. Right, we've changed it to great. Yeah, in my opinion, these two are two truly great COD games. Reznov in the campaign, amazing. The fact that the game gives you some decisions that aren't really obvious, but you can make. One that comes to mind is the soldiers that are trying to flee into the subway, and you can choose whether you want to shoot them or not. Little things like that Treyarch implemented in this game and followed up more in the next Black Ops iteration shows why, in my opinion, I think they're the best developer that Infinity Ward, that Activision have for the Call of Duty games. Almost forgot, I'm not sure how. Multiplayer in this game was great. I almost forgot, but the multiplayer in this game is amazing. The zombies in this game, yes. The first iteration, Nazi zombies on Nakatoten, and then obviously also Derice, whatever the giant was originally called. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Derice. Yeah, I'm fairly certain. But anyway, I'm waffling. Truly great game, right up there in my opinion. Right, next up, Modern Warfare 2. The Akimbo Rangers are back, boys. Campaign, one of the best. Not quite as good as Modern Warfare, but is it close? We got Ghost, we got Shepard, we got a bit more of Soap, we actually got to see his face and hear his voice. Jackson, just what a game. Roach as well, rest in peace, Ghost and Roach. The multiplayer was some of the multiplayer maps also, especially Terminal, were truly great, and in my opinion it's the best iteration of Spec Ops that we got. The missions were truly fun, a great thing to replay once you'd finished the campaign, and if you wanted a bit different of an experience to traditional multiplayer. Just well done. It was up there, amazing. Not quite as good as Modern Warfare in my opinion, either of the Modern Warfares, but truly great. Probably nostalgia talking, but mwah, gets the chef's kiss from me. Next up, we have, in my opinion, one of, if not the best, CODs, and one of the best, maybe the best campaigns. I think it's the best. You know, before when I was saying the best, I was deliberating between two. But I think Black Ops has the best campaign in COD. The numbers, what do they mean? I have no idea what the hell they mean. No, honestly then. Zombies was improved upon World at War with more maps, DLC maps. Moon was just insanely hard, and I will never forgive you for making that map that hard. The multiplayer was really good, all the creativity. Wager matches, can you bring back wager matches? I love those, like the in-game little currency. Imagine if you could wager your COD points. I know that it would be way too gambly and there'll be tons of problems with it, but just imagine if COD points were just a separate currency which you could only earn. It was very rare, and you could wager it, and there you've got an equivalent of COD points. Something like that. Man, I would love that. That would be so much fun. But in my opinion, one of the best COD games there ever has and probably ever will be, Black Ops. Next up, we have a game which a lot of people agree wasn't bad. It was just slightly disappointing. I would put Modern Warfare 3 on the higher end of average. It was a truly great game. I don't know, it was just missing something. It was too similar to Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 was a big leap from Modern Warfare in terms of gameplay and style. But Modern Warfare 3 felt very samey. Not in a bad way. When you go back and look at it now, Modern Warfare 3 is still a great game. It evokes a lot of nostalgia. It's just not quite, is it? It's not quite a great Call of Duty game, in my opinion. But it definitely sits above all the other averages by quite a little way. Oh, this is where it gets tricky. Let's start with Warzone. It's great. Not personally for me, I haven't sunk days and days and weeks and years into it, but it's a truly great game. Tons of things to do. Helped to reignite the flame of Call of Duty. So for me, even though I don't enjoy it, it does have to be up there. Right. This is where it gets tricky for me. Black Ops Cold War. It's only there because of the post-launch content so far. If you keep going at the rate the post-launch content... Right, next up for me is Black Ops Cold War, and I'm going to put it somewhere that you guys will probably disagree with. At launch, it was probably down here. Definitely down here, maybe here. But for me right now, it's a great game. Only because of the post-launch content. I wasn't even expecting any zombies content for Season 2. I used to be a huge multiplayer player, but I will admit I'm more of a zombies player now. The post-launch content, especially Outbreak, have really helped to keep this game alive, because there was a short while when I thought, this ain't it. Before 5AC, it was very dead, playing Dean Machina over and over and over again. Did get very tiring and repetitive. Multiplayer just isn't as fun for me as Modern Warfare, but the campaign was very good. Doesn't quite live up to Black Ops or Black Ops 2, but it is a good story. It's above the likes of World War Two or Ghosts. Not quite great, but still very, very good. Finally, I don't know. I don't know where to put it. I have so much love for this game. For me, I think it's... Yeah, I think that's going to be the most controversial. At the time, it wasn't really that loved. It was a light COD game, but everyone went, oh, it's not as good as Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops. For me, I think the Black Ops series is probably slightly better than the Modern Warfare series. I think the one thing that sets this apart is not the zombies, it's not the multiplayer, it's the campaign for me. The different choices you can make, the different endings. Even back when it came out, I was obsessed with trying to find out all the different endings. Jimmy Kimmel's in the game. Have I made the right decision though? That's nostalgia and my love for the game. In honesty, it's probably down here. It's probably down here or at the end here. But for me, I think it's the best Call of Duty game of all time. I'm definitely going to do a critique and an analysis on Modern Warfare. If you would like to see me do a Black Ops 2 one, I'd be more than happy to. I still play the game every once in a while on either my Xbox One or my PC, so I'll be more than happy to go back and revisit the campaign and the zombies. The funny thing is, the best multiplayer is definitely not Black Ops 2, the best campaign is not Black Ops 2, and the best zombies is not Black Ops 2, but it's just got a mix of everything, just enough. If Black Ops 3 had a good campaign, it would probably have been number 1 for me. And if Modern Warfare had a good zombies experience, or just something better than the Spec Ops they released, it would have been there for me. If Black Ops had more zombies maps, it would have been there for me. If Modern Warfare had a third mode, it would have been number 1 for me. So surely maybe by that logic, Modern Warfare 2 needs to be up there as well, because it has a bit of everything. It's not lacking in anything, and I think that's why these two games are both my favourites, because in terms of content, they're all rounders. If you play it, played the campaign, finished it, cool. Want to play a bit of multiplayer? Yeah, multiplayer's great. Getting a bit bored? Go and play some Spec Ops. Finished it? Oh, you can go back and play the campaign, do things that you didn't do the first time round. Know things that you didn't know the first time round. And I think that's the only reason why Modern Warfare also is a fit. Anyway, at this rate, I'm just going to be going around in circles forever and ever and ever. So, as far as my rankings go, in number 10 we have Call of Duty World War Two. A game that was great, but just was a bit flat and underwhelming, in my opinion. 9th, we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. A great iteration, but it just felt flat in comparison to Modern Warfare 2, as the unique style and changes from its predecessor just weren't as apparent in this jump. In number 8, we have Call of Duty World at War. A great campaign and zombies experience really did help push this up the list for me. Multiplayer was also fun, but just didn't quite feel as good after the genre-changing experience that was COD 4 Modern Warfare. Number 7, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. A great game, but one that at launch truly did fail. It's got a lot to do to make its way up there for me, but it could find itself up in the amazing category if it really does play its cards right. Number 6, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. A game that in honesty is truly pretty bad, but the zombies experience is so good that it almost made its way into the amazing category for me. Number 5, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Whilst Call of Duty was the game that did start the franchise, this is the one that truly made the franchise the series that it is today. A great campaign and addictive multiplayer really helped make this game a staple in the FPS genre. Number 4, Call of Duty Black Ops. The best campaign in the series, as well as an amazing multiplayer and a new and improved zombies mode, really made this game a fan favourite. Number 3, 2019's Call of Duty Modern Warfare Reboot. A good campaign, an addictive multiplayer, and Warzone. This game was one game mode away from being arguably the best Call of Duty of all time. If Spec Ops was only a bit better, it probably would have been. Number 2, Modern Warfare 2. An amazing campaign and spectacular multiplayer. This was arguably the peak of the franchise. I genuinely have nothing else to say. Spec Ops was great, but what a great game. And then finally, number 1, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. A great campaign with multiple options that allow for replayability. An engrossing multiplayer experience with memorable weapons and maps, and then to round it all up, a very, very good zombies experience that just missed a few classic maps. In my opinion, it's the greatest Call of Duty of all time. So guys, that is it for me today. That is the tier list and my top 10. What do you guys think? Do you think differently? What is your favourite Call of Duty of all time? Let me know down below. If you're brand new to the channel and you've somehow made it all this way without subscribing, make sure to do so and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every single time that I go live or upload a brand new video. If you liked or disliked the video, make sure to click the buttons down below. And as I said before, let me know what is your favourite Call of Duty ever and your worst. But that's it for me guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.